We get to graph equations for this one, and I am very excited because I love graphing equations. It could be because I taught middle school for a little bit, and I just love math. So get ready, you can do this. Note you can use a calculator on this one because some of the ones there are some decimals, so I don't expect you to be able to multiply decimals by hand. Now, there are some different steps, and I like this worksheet because it walks you through the steps pretty nicely. So, here is our equation, okay? Actually, I'm going to just use this drawing. There we go. Here is our equation, y equals x plus 2. Now, we get to choose what we want x to be, all right? Notice how they chose 0 for our first one, but after that, you get to choose. You'll have to go 0 through 10 because those are the only ones on the paper. So you'll choose your x, you'll figure out your y, you'll create your ordered pair, and then you will graph it. Okay? Those are the steps. So we pick our x. Let's just go with 1. We're going to figure out our y. So if our equation is x plus 2 equals y, I can take my x, 1, add on 2. That gives me my y, which is 3. So there's my y. You might want to just type these. Maybe I'll do that for the next one. So then my point is 1, 3. All right, let me switch to typing. So say I picked 2 for this next one. Well, x plus 2 means I'm going to do 2 plus 2 equals 4. So my y is 4. And then my point is going to put my x and then my y. All right. I can choose another one. I don't have to go in order. I could go to 5. Keep in mind, depending on the x you pick, it may or may not fit on the graph. That happens sometimes. It's okay if it doesn't. I'm going to take my x, I'm going to add on 2 since that's my equation. That'll give me 7. So my y is going to be 7. And then my point is going to be my xy. So my x that I chose, my y that I figured out. So 5, 7. Now I'm going to take that and I'm going to graph it on here. I could graph it with the drawing tool is probably your best bet. What I would do is I'd make it really thick so you can just put a dot where you want it. So my first point is 0, 2. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to go up to 2. I should say I'm not going to go to the right. I'm just going to go up 2. Next, 1, 3. Over 1, up 3. Next one, 2, 4. Over 2, up 4. And then the last one I did, over 5, up 7. Notice it still follows a straight line. All of the ones you'll see are going to make straight lines. And then we are going to want to connect them with a line, which I believe we can do right here. So just ching, 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 ching. Look at that, nice and straight. Okay, and I could even keep going and sort of follow the same trajectory that I had before. Can show you me if I want to do it all in one, I could even just start here, make sure it goes through my point, but go all the way up the graph. So that's how I graphed the line y equals x plus 2. Now this one is x minus 2, which is what it should say right here. It should say a minus right there instead of a plus. I'm not sure why it says a plus, but it should say a minus right here. So you're going to pick an x, you're going to subtract 2, and then you're going to find your y. I would start with 2 and not do anything less than 2, because otherwise you're going to go negative. Okay, here we have x plus 2.5 equals y. So whatever x you start with, add on 2.5. That will give you your y. Then you can have a point. This one is subtracting 0.5. These are the ones I would recommend using a calculator for. Y equals 2x. So 2 times x. X divided by 2 for this one. I would choose even numbers for this one. One thing I want to point out on this, you're going to get some decimals. So say I chose 1. Y is going to end up being 3.5. So then my point will be 1, 3.5. And how I graph that is I go over to 1. I'm going to make it a thick dot. Over to 1, up to 3, and I keep going halfway. So it's in between 3 and 4. So it'll end up right smack dab in between 3 and 4. Sorry, that's a little messy. Let me try that one more time. Undo. There we go. So over to 1, up to 3.5. If you need to make it a little bigger, that's okay. Because remember, 3.5 is right in between 3 and 4. Okay? So it's going to be above 3. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, I will be grading this worksheet to see how you do on your graphing, but that does not mean you can't ask for help. I'm more than happy to help you if you get stuck on anything. Remember, pick your X, figure out your Y, write your pair, and then you can graph it. All right, good luck.